Hey everybody, thanks so much for joining. Today we're going to do a little chair yoga. This will be a nice little break from your desk, or if you just need to move a little bit. We will do some standing stuff, but we will utilize the chair. So if you struggle with balance, this is perfect for you. So to get started, just find a comfortable seat on the chair. If you're short like me, you may have to scoot kind of forward. No requirement on the angle of your legs, but you do want your feet nice and stable on the ground. So adjust as you need, and then just go ahead and come into your breathing. See if you can focus on drawing the inhale in through the nose, and then exhale out of the nose. From here, go ahead and take the shoulders up. Draw them down, draw them back. I'm actually going to pull my hands kind of back with my palms up. This allows my shoulders to be a little bit more comfortable. But you find what you need to do. And then there's an ever so slight tuck of my chin, not like that, but almost like you're going to give yourself a double chin. You'll pull your ears back, sort of. And we will start with 3 easy breath cycles. If it's okay for you to close the eyes, go for it. If you would rather keep the eyes open, just find a soft gaze. We'll do 2 more. Deep inhale. And a full exhale. Another inhale. And out of the mouth, just let it go. The eyes are closed, go ahead and blink them open. We'll just start with some gentle movement. So inhale, the arms will come up. Exhale, the hands press down. One more time, inhale up. Exhale down. From here, we'll open up the shoulders. So take your fingers and stack them on top of your shoulders with the elbows bent. And then you're just gonna roll the elbow points up, back and down. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale down. 1 more time. And we'll reverse. So think about this really big circle with the elbows. Keeping the fingertips on the shoulders. We'll do 1 more. See if you can really inhale, draw the elbow points back, open up the chest. Pull the elbow points up, down, and forward. And then we'll take the inhale, lift the arms back up, grab onto your left wrist with your right hand, and just reach up and over to the right. I'm going to keep my eye gaze down because I stay a little bit more balanced that way. Press your left butt cheek down, and then really stretch up out of the left side of your body. And we'll switch. Switch the grip, take a nice deep inhale, lift up, lengthen, and exhale over to the left. I like my eye gaze down here, but if you prefer a different position with your head, you're always welcome to find that. And then inhale it up. From here, take your hands behind your head. And instead of having your elbow points really wide, think about drawing them forward, almost like you're going to stretch out your tricep muscles. Lift up, and then an ever so slight kind of backward bend, just extending through the spine. And then back to center. From here, go ahead and stand up. I'm going to move my chair so that you can see me. So, if your chair doesn't have a back, you can always utilize a wall or a counter, anything that works. And from here, we're just going to walk out into like a variation of a down dog. So I'm going to start with my knees bent. My feet a little bit wider than my hips even, just because I'm feeling a little bit tight in the back of my legs. And then really pressing your bum back. Stretch out through your fingertips. And there's a tendency to like really drop into the lower back. So see if you can scoop the tailbone, lengthen through the lower back. And even though you're never going to straighten out your spine, but think about your back getting longer. 1 more breath here. Make sure you're not clenching through the jaw. Make sure you're not clenching through the neck. And from here, we're just gonna take the left foot forward, the right foot comes back. Soft bend in that front knee. And we'll stretch into the calf muscle on the right side. So adjust as you need. If you find that your stance is too short or you're too wide, find what you need. And we'll take a couple breath cycles here. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale. Do that again, deep inhale. And as you exhale, can you just settle in? And then from here, we're gonna bend the back knee. I'm gonna pop my foot up a little bit. So bend the back knee and keeping the knee bent, see if you can start to press the heel down. So you stretch into more of your soleus as opposed to your gastroc. It's a little bit deeper on the leg. One more breath. And I'm kind of hunching my shoulders, so I gotta remind myself, shoulders down. And then back to center. Just take a breath here, holding onto your chair. And we'll switch. The other foot comes forward. Try to find that little sweet spot. Feeling the stretch in the calf muscles on the left side. Make sure there's a bend in the front knee. A little bit of softness there. And then can you use your inhale and your exhale to settle in. And from here, you'll bend the back leg. You may have to pop it forward a little bit like me. And then keeping the back leg bent, start to press the back heel down. If at any point you feel like it's too much for you, you just adjust. It's just that simple. There's no requirement on what this looks like. And release, come back to stand. Take a nice full breath here. And a long exhale, maybe even out of the mouth. And then we'll warm up the hip flexor muscles. So if you feel like they get stiff, but also kind of weak, like mine. So grab onto the chair with your left hand. You're standing with your left hip towards the chair. You're gonna lift up your right leg, pretty much the knee at hip height, give or take. Press onto your thigh with your hand and then press against each other so that you are activating the hip flexors on that right side, but then also the lower abdomen as well. So maybe take a really loud exhale. You can kind of feel that engagement. We're here for one more breath. And we'll switch. I'm just gonna hold on to the wall here, but you can switch and hold on to the chair. Actually, I'm just gonna hold on to my hip. Left hand to your thigh and then press in equal force. So you're pressing your thigh into your hand and you're pressing your hand into your thigh. Find the engagement of the lower abdomen muscles. We'll take one more breath. And then relax. Just take a nice deep inhale. Really feel the feet in the ground. And then we'll stretch that area. So we'll come into what looks like a quad stretch, but we're gonna kind of change it up. So instead of just cranking your foot as far in towards your butt as you can, see if you can grab a little bit lower on the ankle, if it's okay for you. You may have to adjust. And then I'm gonna flex my toes. So the toes are pulling back towards the shin. And then I'm gonna start to kick the knee back. It's not tremendous though, just a little bit of kick. And I am pressing against my hand and in equal force pulling against my leg. And this allows me to get a little bit deeper into the hip flexors as opposed to just cranking on the knee, the foot rather, and working into the quad. So it's like you're kicking your foot away from you. And then we'll switch. Right foot comes down. You'll grab onto the left ankle. dorsiflexing the foot on the left side so that the toes pull back towards the shin. And then instead of just cranking the foot in, you're gonna kick the foot away. It's almost like you're coming into dancer pose, but we're not there yet. So that the stretch gets a little bit deeper into the hip flexors instead of just the quads. Make sure you're not clenching anywhere. Deep inhale. Full exhale. And relax. From here, we'll come into a standing figure 4. The weight goes into the left foot. You'll take your right foot, cross the ankle right above the knee on the thigh, and then use the chair to keep you balanced. You'll start to press the hips back. I like to keep the foot flexed on the right side. You can kind of like move your hips around to see if there's a better position for you. I feel a little bit better pressing a little bit more to the left, but it's going to be very personal, so it doesn't have to look any certain way. You're just starting to stretch into the outer hip on the right side. And then we'll switch. Stand up, take that foot, cross it over. Some engagement on that left foot. You can always shift the weight around a little bit to see where it's better for you. Relax the shoulders. That's more of a reminder for myself. Working into a stretch, but also working into a little bit of balancing here too. And relax. Shake it out. Take a nice deep inhale, standing in your mountain pose. And a full exhale. And we'll come back to seated. So I'm gonna move my chair. Back to that comfortable space where you can have your feet on the ground. And we'll just twist. So starting inhale, arms reach up. The right arm's gonna come behind you. The left arm crosses in front. I like to use the chair behind me, grabbing onto it. And then as you inhale, can you lengthen? And before you turn your head, actually, let's bring the eye gaze kind of a little diagonal to the right. Pull the ears back. And then twist. So that you're not doing this weird Pez dispenser thing with your chin. And there's no requirement on turning that head either. If you have to keep your eye gaze more forward the whole time, totally cool. And then back to center. Inhale. Exhale. Right arm crosses, left arm comes back. Keep your eye gaze a little bit more forward. Draw the chin back, and then twist. As you inhale, can you use the right hand into the thigh to lift the back? And as you exhale, maybe a little bit more twist. Back to center. We'll just roll out the neck a little bit. So take the left ear and the left shoulder towards each other. And then just roll. I'm going to move really slowly. If you find a place that you need to hold on to, you hold. And then I'm going to go back to center, and over to the left. And one more time. Finishing it off by bringing the left ear back over towards the shoulder where we started. And then the eye gaze comes up. From here, you're going to take your hands more towards your knees. Inhale, draw the chest forward, lift the chin. More about opening the front of the chest. So I'm not just cranking my head back. I'm pressing my heart forward, elevating my skull. And then exhaling, really round. Really, really, really round. Maybe even hold on to the legs, lean back. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, shoulder blades really squeeze together. Press the sternum up. And then exhale, round. Back to neutral. Find a comfortable seat. Think about getting really firmly rooted through your sits bones. So you may even kind of have to move the fleshy part of your butt kind of back. And then you want to keep the natural curve in your lower back. So if you find that you're rounding, how can you navigate around so that you are nice and lifted here? Shoulder blades draw down the back, and ever so slight tuck at the chin. And we'll just finish with 3 full breath cycles. You can close the eyes if that works for you, but it is not a requirement. To the heart space. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed your little reprieve wherever you are today, and I will see you very soon. Have a good one.